All right, really quick update with the Trump trial that begins on Monday, April 15th. Today is the 13th. We have threats coming out of Donald J. Trump himself. He is saying statements very much like he did on January 6th. He is telling his supporters to come down and fight on Monday. That sounds to me like a catcall like he did on January 6th, but that's besides the point. The reason he is so adamant about trying to push this back past the election is the same reason all this happened in the first place, to hide information from public view, from the voters before an election, because he knows that information will do damage to his election possibilities. Same type of deal. He tried 10 different times, 10 different ways to get this put off, to get it dismissed or whatever, and he failed every single time. Alvin Bragg and the judge is not allowing any of this. Now, let's break this down. We're talking about 34 charges. These aren't just the hush money for Stormy Daniels. That was one instance. But we have, a dozen different documents and legal documents that were falsified. We have Michael Cohen, who is testifying. We have Stormy Daniels, who's testifying, Karen McDougal, David Pecker, who is the owner of the National Enquirer and that media group there. That is the catch and kill schemes. This also has to do with the catch and kills story schemes. Now, if someone were to come forward with damaging information about Donald J. Trump, Mr. Pecker, Fitz, would actually buy the story with exclusive rights, force that person to sign an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, and an exclusivity agreement that says they will not share this story with any other media company, anything, period, end of discussion, or they will get sued out the ass for millions of dollars. And these types of things happened often in that business. And with Donald Trump, it happened a lot because that's who Donald Trump is. So we have the doorman from Trump's building was given $30,000 because of a story about a woman that Donald Trump got pregnant and forced to have what he's all against now. That was how he was silenced. He was given this $30,000. He signed a contract saying he would not share this story with anyone else under fear of getting sued. And it was an exclusive contract, so the only one who in the media who could put the story out would be the National Enquirer. And then they just don't put the story out. Hence, catch and kill. They did the same thing with, with McDougal, Karen McDougal, plus the hush money payment for Stormy Daniels. That's all specifically geared towards influencing the election, which is what makes it a crime. It's not a crime to give somebody a bunch of money to shut the hell up. That's not a crime. If that's all it was, it wouldn't have been a criminal trial. All right. But because it was right before the election, because it was rushed to get done before the election, and these instances happened years ago, that's what basically makes it a crime. And this is a documents-based case. It's got a lot of witnesses, including Hope Hicks. Hope Hicks, the communications director from the Trump administration. She's testifying too. Karen McDougal's testifying. Stormy Daniels is testifying. Michael Cohen's back on the stand. Keith Davidson, who was part of the legal team for Trump during that time period, he's on the stand. He actually states evidence against Donald Trump. We have all of these situations and all of this corroboration of evidence against him starting on Monday. That was the reason why he was fighting so hard to get this postponed, hopefully to squash it. This is serious. This is a big thing. Not to mention we have another 5 more days, I believe, or 7 more days before the $175 million bond is supposed to be proven. Now that paperwork is shown to say that the company that offered the surety bond to guarantee the payment of the bond, in the fine print on the paperwork, it says, we do not guarantee the payment of the bond. And the reason they gave the bond in the financial documents, they stated that Donald Trump said that he had $175 million and he was going to back it just to make sure, because he said so. We all know how accurate that could be. We'll see also about that $50 million he supposedly raised at Mar-a-Lago. I would say it was around 5, but that's just my guess. We'll find out in about 3 months when the audit numbers come in. But and then at the end of the month, we had the Supreme Court actually hearing the presidential immunity argument. So this is going to be one hell of a couple of weeks. But this trial itself is going to be really, really heavy. There's going to be a lot of information that comes out and a lot of stuff that people don't really know yet. There's a lot of information that hasn't been released to the public yet that is going to come out in this trial. Now, remember this one thing. Donald Trump and his legal team knows about all of the evidence. The discovery process provided them with all of the evidence that is going to come out. That is why he is so afraid of this case. Use your head, people. It's not rocket science here. We're talking about someone who sees the train coming and tries like hell to get out of the way, but just can't. That Trump train's coming all right, but it's coming for Trump. So stay diligent, stay educated, be kind. This shit show is just taking off, and it's going to be really entertaining as it goes. But wait for the facts. Let the facts come out. Review this evidence. And encourage those who aren't usually ones to look at details to actually look into the details. I think it will get rid of a lot of anger that's floating around this country, but that's just my opinion. What do I know? Anyway, stay diligent, stay educated, be kind. We are all in this together. And I'll keep you updated as we go.